Man, it's the word on the street. Word on the street.
Yes.
Now, mind you, this isn't really on the street because I mean, come on now. But
word on the internet.
Word on something. You know what I'm saying? word out there. Word in the air. But anyway, so we're gonna go into part 2 because the last time we had talked about word on the street, we talked about Kanye and all the things he was saying and what happened after that. Now we actually are getting to the fruit of the consequences, you know what I'm saying, and all this stuff. Or consequences, or consequences of what it might be consequences or it might be blessings, who knows. But as of right now, Kanye has lost his billionaire status. Now, mind you, he never had $1 billion in actual cash. His worth, his value, for everybody who's listening, his value was worth $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have it.
But that's usually how most.
Most.
Go.
But for the folks who don't know, you know what I'm saying?
So don't discredit
when you.
now.
Oh no,
I'm
fact.
I
get it. Oh yeah.
No, but they're doing that by
Kanye.
putting that stuff in the paper.
Yeah, you know how they.
Oh no,
they try to confuse everybody.
Yeah.
And be
he's
like,
still well off enough.
Yeah.
You still got money.
Right.
He's still very influential and everything.
Yeah.
But a lot more companies started to drop him. Gap, Balenciaga. He has lost deals with his sports group.
Adidas
has dropped him as well, even though he said that they would never drop him despite whatever he says. His school had to close today. You know what I'm saying? That's how serious it got.
That too.
You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things going on with what he said now. Many different sides have many different sides have different opinions on whether this is good or bad for him or the culture and everything like that. So obviously I want to know what y'all think about Kanye and what's going on right now, part 2.
Well, Avery just, me and him was chopping it up before the show and everything. Pretty much from what he told me and everything like that, Kanye wanted to get out of his contract, man.
Mm-hmm. Right.
His contracts.
He said
all of them.
He said that months ago that these companies, he can't do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
They have him. If you do this, you can't do this, and this, and he's a genius because he know doggone well when he did what he did, and they were going to drop him, and that's what he wanted.
That's exactly what he wanted.
That's exactly what he wanted.
He's like, oh, perfect.
Because you know what? There are other companies that will pick him right up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Easy.
So that's the thing. Everyone's saying that he's been dropped so much, but there's the thing. I'm like,
Right. And he said it.
He said,
once I start saying this stuff, watch. He said, watch. Now I'm out of the loop. Nobody want to hang out with Kanye again. And he goes through this like every, 6 months a year?
He do.
And then, boom, he back.
Right.
Signing with this. And then, boom,
but he's never said anything about Jewish
First of all, that's nonsense. It's all nonsense. Again, it's the powers that be that control certain things. You can't talk about them.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Nobody cares that his school closed.
But that's what I literally was going to say.
Nobody cares.
To the kids?
See, they talk about Kanye, but nobody cares. Nobody going to say, okay, we can deal with Kanye, but we got to get these babies right.
Right.
They don't care.
Right.
Yeah. See, now Black lives don't matter.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah, that's real.
So
no, seriously,
it's all nonsense.
Like how it trickle down to the kids. Like how that happened. Like
Kanye's a genius, man, and God bless him for pointing all of this out to folks. And if you're not that bright, man, you gotta look at this and say, yo, it's not always about the dollar, man.
Yeah.
So let's talk about one of the things he said that I personally felt like he shouldn't have said, which is the George Floyd incident and how it actually happened.
Really?
Did y'all hear about it?
Yeah.
What did he say?
So he said that he didn't die from the cop. He died from fentanyl.
Being in his system.
Yeah. Then his mom, where he was like, mama, mama, instead of screaming out for his actual mother, he was screaming out to his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He did die from fentanyl.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Let me tell you.
I did not.
I'm gonna tell you something.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
It's so true.
Going back to what's the young man's name from what is his name, man? Trayvon Martin.
Yeah, right.
So at that time, I was on 1420. I'm gonna be brief because I know we on a time.
No, we good.
No, we good. Good. What's up?
I was on 1420 AM at that time.
Yeah.
And I reached out to my professor. Okay. Because he's my professor for criminal justice.
Right.
And I reached out to him, and he got me the transcript
of the case
of the court.
Oh,
There's a lot of stuff in there that they don't release. They didn't want to say that he was drinking one of those what's those tall bottles for 90 for tropical fantasy or something like that.
Yeah.
Watermelon. They didn't want to say the word drop of watermelon because they said, oh, they're going to say we're being. See, this is how sensitive black folks are.
Yeah.
They didn't want to say that. They didn't want to say he was high. They didn't want to say he was on drugs. Even when they said, yo, the father said, I didn't want him at my house. He should not have been at my house. What was he doing over there? So that gave, and to a certain extent, it gave. What's the guy who shot him? Zimmerman to confront him. So why are you over here? Because they had break-ins and robberies. Man.
So we're saying that the Trayvon Martin case was manufactured similar to OJ's case.
I'm gonna tell you this. I was an enforcement officer for 9 years, man. And I tell people this, and they get very, very upset with me.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even have waited as long as Zimmerman did. He would have been gone way before that. Because you're trained not to allow him to put his hands on you.
Yeah, sure.
That's how I know George Zimmerman did not want to shoot that man. He only shot him when Trayvon was on top and banging his head from all the cuts and bruises on the ground. Concrete, when he shot him, he was on the ground. He shot up, boop, boop, boop. He had no other alternative at that time. And people try to say, well, he shouldn't have asked him anything. Yes, you have to ask them. That's why we have ghettos, because we allow anybody to just come in there and do anything they want. The Chinese restaurants, the nail salons, the hair beauty shops, stuff that only we use, but we don't even control it.
Exactly.
That's why we get no respect. I say no more.
No, I mean, you hit it exactly the way I think. That's literally how I see it. I can't even go any further.
And if white folks, sometimes when white folks say this stuff, they know they're about to get crucified. So they just, no, I'm not
just
saying,
keep it out of it,
keep that out of the media. And that's why I say the media fake and phony, because they don't tell the truth neither.
Yeah. Right. But I mean, I'm of the type to believe that not everybody can get the truth like that, though. Right. Even if you give it to them, it's not going to. You could give.
It's like a game of telephone.
No, but they don't want the truth, man. They don't want the truth.
They want a version of it.
They don't.
It goes through many different avenues till the story get twisted up.
Yeah, the thing is, the people can get the truth. It's just you got to give it to them in a way that they can understand.
Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask y'all a question.
What's
you
up?
Just tell me your opinion. So the government of the United States said a year ago, they admitted that extraterrestrials have been visiting Earth for years.
What was this?
Oh, this is a while. They've already said that. They said yes. And they said they're not going to release nothing. They're not going to say anything, but they said yeah. So I'm saying to people, that should change your whole thinking of what's going on, man. But see, the people, especially people who are Christians, all right, some of them, not all.
Right.
They're not going to change their thinking.
No, they're gonna twist.
They'd rather live a lie than live in truth, because living that lie, they've lived it so long that what else can I do?
True.
I don't want to change. Change is the enemy of complacency, man.
I mean, you got to be a fool to think we the only ones.
It's crazy
in the universe. You got to be a fool.
It is absolutely crazy so that's not to believe. To me. But people won't. They just won't swallow the truth, man. Like you were saying, you can put it right in their face, and they just know.
See, the thing with Kanye would be is like he says he said he was the king of culture, but to understand that, to know that, you got to know that your people are not going to take blunt truths and take it easily. So you have to have a certain tact to really tell them, hey, this is how it's supposed to be. This is what we should do. Yeah. You can't just throw it in their face and then expect them to just get on board. It's not going to work that way. You're a billionaire. You're a genius. You should know that that's not going to work that way. You know what I'm saying? That's where my beef is with him. Is like, I get everything he's saying. I understand it. I understand the underlying, you know what I'm saying, statements he's making. Right. It's just the way he's doing it is causing confusion more so than helping the situation, in my opinion.
Because those people don't want to process it. Yeah. And the other issue is,
or they can't, or they don't know how.
But the 10%ers.
Yeah.
Okay. See, the 10%ers, they don't like it.
That's true.
Because everybody's like, Jay-Z don't want to talk, and they cancel him. These guys are making money off.
Yeah, they're making money off
of the misery of those same people.
Facts,
So why in the world would they want Kanye to disrupt that?
Yeah.
They don't care about black folk.
Facts. No.
All they care about is dollar.
Yeah.
You understand? That's why I say racism. No white man stopping me from doing anything. You understand? He ain't stopping me from doing. The black folk trying to rob my house. They trying to break in my car. Okay, they calling my daughter, trying to get them in some van. I mean, it's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
Yeah. Wow. I'm like
dropping. I mean, that's what we're here for, man. We definitely, want to mend that generational gap, understanding two sides of the coin, because the youth, we may not accept or understand the delivery of individuals and everything, but just hearing from your perspective of things, man, give us another perspective on how we look at it. So,
and that's why they keep older folks and young people separated. That's a big gap there.
So they won't understand what's going on.
Old folks believe the world gonna end when they die, and young people think it just started when they got here.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not learning from those voices who've been through the same thing you about to go through.
The wisdom,
so it's strategic.
Yeah, my hope is mainly that somebody can do what Kanye's trying to do, but word it correctly and really get everybody together to do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just making these events. You know what I'm saying?
When you say the right way, do you mean?
I mean, the way we were supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? You come here, you build, you know what I'm saying?
By the model that was given to us?
Not necessarily by the model, but just in a way that, you know what I'm saying, we create our own. We build our own.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And then through that, our kids will be able to live off of those fruits and not have to rely on another race or another entity to get what they want.
It takes deep programming.
A lot of what people are doing though, they're watching sound bites. They're watching clips.
Yep.
And literally, I have stopped watching clips. I have watched
full interview.
The full interview. I'm like, oh my God. And it looks so different when you watch a clip. Because when people are watching clips, they're in the comments. Because I'm paying attention to all of it, right? I'm watching the full thing, watching the clips, and then watching the comments.
You see the Herschel clip?
No, which one? No, I ain't seen
Man, every day.
Every day. I put a gun in my hand.
Every day.
Yes, I've seen that one.
I can't wait till this over, I
Herschel
swear.
Walker's sitting right next to her. He's sitting right next to her. That interview's almost 20 years old.
Man.
He spoke about his battle. That's what my problem is with Warnock. He's a reverend. How you not trying to commend this man for that's like you holding crack against me. 30 years ago I did it. Now they're gonna show a picture of me 30 years and say, that's him now.
I mean, it's not only that, it's that a reverend is playing the political game in that way.
It makes no sense.
That makes no sense.
That's
like
not his
That's
job.
not godly.
You got videos.
Let's just say that.
Can't serve two masters.
Demeaning this man to the public for political gain. That is the most.
But
politics.
You hit that one on the head. Yes, sir.
That's real.
Yo, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And keep it locked in with more artists, more entrepreneurs, the whole nine. Peace.